What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Barber's Eye channel, and thank you for tuning in. So we're gonna talk about real quick. I got some advice for anybody that's coming up in the barber industry or the cosmetology industry. What to do when you're building your craft, all right? So I'm not opposed to like young barbers coming out of the barber industry and charging their worth, but what I'm saying is, you can't charge too much when you're coming out of barber school, when you don't even know how to cut hair that good. I'm not perfect. I've been doing it for 20-something years, 21 years. There's some things I need to work on. I know that, you know what I mean? But I put effort to do so, you know what I mean? But I know how to make my haircuts turn into profit. You know, I have a product that I sell, you know what I mean? And you gotta be honest with yourself, brutally honest with yourself, and say, are you at that level yet? You know what I mean? And if you're not, be okay to admit that. Be okay to say that. Be okay to feel that, because that's how you're gonna be in a true mindset, in a growing mindset. When you feel like you're the shit, or you got bars other than anybody else, you're not humble. You just think you could just get all these clients, they're gonna stay with you. But nah, man, we're living in a consumer's world, meaning that if your skill ain't what someone likes, yeah, you may have a good personality, you may be able to be, you know, have a good conversationalist, whatever. But if your skill is not there and you're charging $60, $100, but your skill ain't there, the consumer will consume another barber with skill. You know, and it may charge a little less, or may charge more or the same, but with better skill. So I'm saying, come out of the school or come out of your first couple of years humble. You know, have a game plan, you know. Build yourself, build your self-worth, you know what I mean? But here's the thing. So when you're doing that, right, I always say there's levels to this stuff, right? And if you have the ability just to focus on cutting hair for the next 5-10 years, do that. And some people, it takes a year. Some, you're gonna hear stories from people that get out of barber cosmetology school, either one or both, and they just open up their own shop. Whatever the case may be, is that you though? Is that your circumstance? Is that your situation? I don't own my own shop, and I've been in the industry for 21 years. I don't want to own my own shop. You know, it's not in my radar right now. I got other things going on. You know what I mean? And you got to fit what fits for you, what makes sense. So you can't put yourself next to someone that has that situation going on, because yeah, you could admire it and go, hey, I want to do that. But if that's not your situation in your mind, don't try to force that what it ain't. I don't know if that makes sense. If that's not what it is. So if you're a new barber coming out and you don't have a shop and you've been out working for a year, or you're still building your skill, that's okay. That's actually what it's supposed to be. That's perfect, because you know, don't force anything that's not supposed to be there, okay? So get your skill right. Keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. When things seem difficult, when things seem hard, keep going. Don't stop. Like, build your skill. Have it in your mind, you know. I'm not saying like get all isolated and don't mess with nobody and don't F with nobody and be in your own little zone and you know, this and that, and then, you know, come out and show all the hard work and put these videos about trying to be inspiring. I'm not saying do that nor do that. What I'm trying to say is focus on you the most healthiest, positive way that you could. You know, you got to focus on your grind. I didn't know it at the time when I was on my grind, my personal grind. That's what I was doing. I was in my lane. I focused on my people that was hitting me up. I smashed their house, chopped them up in whatever situation it was. Like I remember chopping it up in houses where everybody was smoking weed. They're having parties. They're having get-togethers. You know, trap houses. I was cutting in just wherever I could cut, I could cut. You know, I was cutting in apartments, inside the laundromat. You know, I was cutting in garages, 100-degree weather. Like I was cutting, man. You know, I put myself in a situation where I was focused on my grind. No social media, nothing like that at the time. I think we had something like that, but it wasn't like the technology is now. It's different. So I'm just saying, focus on you, focus on your grind, focus on your craft, and then, you know, keep doing it over and over. And if you have that ability to just focus on that, it's like think about it like this. This is the way I thought about it. So I knew I wasn't gonna go to college because I didn't want to go to college. I said, okay, I know I want to find a trade. Once I was close to 20 and turned 20, the trade was my thing. You know what I mean? So I said I'm gonna focus on that trade, you know, for 10 years and until I get 30. And then, you know, I did that. You know what I mean? So if you have the ability right now just to focus, man. And then after you get your skill, after you get your clients, after you get your repetition, and you know how to cut, you know, like the back of your hand, it's nothing, then focus on something else. Then go open up another business. Then go back to school and do something else. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to do this and do that and do this, and it's like you're going to get yourself too like this. Your road's gonna be like this. You focus on that one road and that one thing and dedicate time, you're gonna go there faster. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So that's just a little bit of you know, information for you guys. If you guys are struggling, if you guys are at that place where you don't know what to do, how to act, or what to do, and you're constantly cutting and you're getting, you know, stuck. It takes years, man. It takes time. You know, like I said, that little percentage of people where they get that chance to just level up faster for whatever it may be, however it may come, whatever is in their world, good for them. You know what I mean? But if it's your path is like my path where I had to work for my stuff, put in the work, baby. Like put in the reps, man. Like going to the gym, put in the reps. Just keep working out, keep doing your thing. Don't sit here and try to force anything. Just let your body grow, let your skill grow, let your mind grow, let your activity that you're learning with grow, you know? So, you know, like I said, don't get discouraged, man, because once you get discouraged and you stop, that's when the growth stops. Remember, this is the best thing that ever got put in my mind. Where attention goes, energy flows. So where your attention goes, you're putting energy, and it starts to build, and it starts to create, and it starts to manifest. It starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then bam, then you're doing your thing. You call that what you want. I don't know, call that the secret or you want, but all I know is I call that the truth, and it happens like that. So yeah, you guys, I hope that helped you in some way, man. This is not a long video, but I just want to throw it out there to you, give you a little bit of dimes in the grind. So I hope it helps you. If you want to know anything else, hit me up on Instagram. I have your barber on the IG, and Rayla50@gmail.com on my Gmail, and I'll get back to you. All right, you guys, see you on the next one. Peace.